We are now joined via Zoom by Carol-Ann Foulis from DGMT Fellowship for Organisational Innovation and Knowledge and Manager for Sexual Violence Research Initiative, Morma Moremi. A very good afternoon to you, ladies. Thank you so very much for joining us here on SABC News. Certainly appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
All right, Carol, let's start with you. First, give us a breakdown of what the DGMT Fellowship Organisational Innovation is about.
It's a 12-month journey of learning and development for young leaders between the ages of 25 and 35 who are working in community-based and not-for-profit organizations in civil society. So these are young leaders who are working in organizations on issues around increasing access of ECD for young children, early childhood development for young children, dealing with issues around gender-based violence, providing after-school programs for young people at school. So it's working with that cohort of leaders who obviously are going to provide a really crucial next layer in leading civil society in the future.
All right, Morma, let's come to you then. Talk to us about, your experience, your personal experience of the fellowship and how, it perhaps changed your life or the trajectory of your life and what motivated you to, in fact, join the program in the first place.
Thank you for having me. So I began my journey into organizational innovation with the DGMT Trust in 2021 as a new manager in the Sexual Violence Research Initiative. And really the program promised to enhance my skills and also expertise in becoming a leader in the NGO sector and as well as in my organization. So with that, I was hoping really to become an empathic and adaptive manager within the organization in order to move things forward and also to lead in different programs within the organization. Thank you.
Yeah. Carol, do you believe that civil society is doing enough to invest in young, emerging leaders, particularly black women, as is the case with Morma? And do you think that more can actually be done? And where do we begin?
Yeah, the short answer is no. We certainly aren't investing enough in these young leaders. I mean, if you think about it, there's probably about 200,000 of these small community-based and large NGOs working in South Africa. So there's this huge cohort of leaders that need investment and development. And so often the money that goes to NGOs needs to go to program delivery. So there isn't a lot of money left over for developing the capacity within these organizations. So, and unless we have really strong and capacitated leaders, it's hard for these programs to be effective. So I think there's definitely more work that we can be doing. And, just based on my experience over the last 4 years, just seeing this huge hunger for learning and growing amongst these leaders, they really are ripe for it. And it's such an easy program in some ways to run because these young leaders are just so ready to grow and develop and to become better leaders. So yeah, I think we could definitely be doing a lot more to invest in them. And it's hard as a black woman often in these organizations. We know from some of the experiences that our fellows have shared with us, particularly if they are offering programs to black women in areas where black women haven't had a chance to speak and come to the front. And so making sure that they are really feeling empowered to do that helps them to work with others in a similar situation. Yeah. So I think there is lots more we can do.
Moremi, in fact, on that note, I mean, you're of course aware of the fact that South Africa is dealing with this huge scourge of gender-based violence and femicide. And as someone who has done a great deal of research in gender studies and the prevention of GBV in rural South Africa, what are you finding to be, the reason for at the root of this particular scourge? And on the back of my question, I suppose now that you have been empowered, you now have the tools to empower others and bring other women along with you. Carol was saying that it's difficult indeed to reach out to black women, but certainly you would have more access. And are you then able to do that with the skills that have been imparted to you?
Yes, thank you for that question. So, as I've mentioned that I work for the Sexual Violence Research Initiative, we are actually the largest network on research on violence against women and violence against children, providing spaces for global leaders from around the world to share their research and also promote it to among other people. So I think really as a learning organization, we encourage staff development to create enabling opportunities for employees to be able to thrive. And with that, our organization shares research in different parts of the world. And we have a global network of over 8,500 members where we share new research from the field with, and with the skills that have been capacitated with by the fellowship, I think we are strengthening our internal systems in order to be innovative in the way that we share research.
All right. It's unfortunate that we're out of time, but thank you, ladies, for joining us here on SABC News. We certainly do appreciate your input and, of course, the work that you are doing. Thank you so much, Carol and Morma, there speaking to us. Carol-Ann Foulis is from the DGMT Fellowship for Organisational Innovation and Knowledge and Manager for Sexual Violence and Morma Research Initiative.